Hey, you there! Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 7v7 custom match here on the most amazing Roxas map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. But before I do that, I do want to shout out the person who submitted me this replay. It is Wednesday, at least at the time of release of the video, which means it is viewer submitted Wednesday. So thank you so much. Your name is down in the comments. And of course, if you have a replay that you want me to check out and maybe cast on the channel, send it to me at strategiclaunchreplays@gmail.com. The email is down in the comments for easy, not comments, but the description for nice, easy copy pasta. And we'll start with Team 1 in the north, and we'll end with Team 2 in the south for introductions. Starting off with Team 1, let's go western side. We have in royal blue, it is Master of Seasons. Maybe he's going to try to control the weather or something. He is an Aeon. He is a 1400. To his southeast, we have in Pac-Man yellow, it is Hooligan Steve. He is in Snow White as a Seraphim, as an 1100. To his northeast, we have in Regal Purple, it is Unmaker. He's playing as a Cybran. He is a 1200. And in the middle for Team 1 in Ruby Red, we have the Aeon of Renegar. He is a 1200. To his northeast in Barbie Pink, we have Weep. He's playing as a Cybran, and Barbie Pink as a 1500. He's the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. To his southeast, we have in Tropical Ocean Blue. Definitely nice coloration there because this is a decently sized Navy map. He is Dusky 805 as a 1200. And again, as a Seraphim. And to the northeast, in the northeastern corner of the map, we have Mangus playing as a Cybran in Pac-Man Yellow as a 900. So for Team 1 side of the map, we have 3 Cybrans, 2 Seraphim, 2 Aeon, and 2 Seraphim, which means Team 1 has no UEF players on their side of the map. Taking a look at Team 2's, let's do their western side as well. We have in Lattice Red Pink, it is Rekather. He's playing as a Cybran. He is a 1400, the highest rated player on Team 2. To his northeast, we have in Rust, it is the Seraphim of Sandman 27. He is a 1200. To his southeast, we have in Imperial Gray, it is Blarg 6516. He's playing as a Seraphim. He is a 1300. To his northeast in Orange, the color orange, we have the Cybran of Johnny Jr. He is an 1100. To his southeast in Forest Green, it is Hyper 2001 playing as an Aeon. He is a 1300. In Chevy Crimson, to his northeast, we have as the one and only UEF, I believe, it is Danky Kang. He's in Chevy Crimson as a 1000 rated. And in the southeastern corner of the map, in Glow in the Dark Green, it is Laser of Death. Maybe he will strap that Laser of Death to his chest plate. Maybe he won't. He is a Cybran. He is a 900. So for Team 2's side of the map, again, they have the one and only UEF in the game. They also have 2 Seraphim, 3 Cybrans, and 1 Aeon. So all the factions represented on Team 2's side of the map. Team 1 only missing the UEF, but they make up for it with having 3 Cybrans. And for these 14 players on the map, let's take a look at the reclaim situation. Currently sitting at 21,000 mass, but for 14 players, it's about 1.5-ish mass per player. I mean, it's definitely worth writing home about at a minimum for sure. And most of it does reside in the main players' main landmass. There is some reclaim in the middle, but it's essentially Team 2 has theirs, Team 1 has theirs, a little bit in the middle. That's really about it. The same can kind of be said about the mexes. Most of the mexes, of course, do reside in the main players' main territory, but there are a hefty amount of mexes in the water, and there is some on the little islands here, but it's majority in the water, which means Team 2 and Team 1 might be going for more aggressive pushing, or they could try to build up a layering defense, at least in terms of torp defenses, to try to protect those mexes for as long as possible. The downside, of course, being in the water is torpedoes just constantly do not stop firing if they're in range. Same thing can be said about everything else that can shoot stuff in this game, but it's harder to defend against torpedoes than it is anything else, at least in the water. So it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge for those mexes to stay online long term. So those are going to be more kind of a reclaim, more of a short-term situation, but not necessarily a long-term strategy. At least the ones closer to the middle. Of course, the ones, these ones especially right here, probably are going to be fine for now. Probably. Taking a look at where players are headed off to. They're not going to probably head to the water immediately. There are there's 3 Cyberns on Team 2. I think I did my calculations wrong when I did the count for the teams. And Team 1 also has 3 Cyberns as well, which means there are 6 players in the game that have torpedo-capable upgrades on board their comms. A very interesting situation because those comms, as we've seen in previous games, can be riddled down very quickly, even if they have nano on board, by torp bombers, by destroyers, by anything else that has torpedoes on board, subs. So it's just a question of how long do they use those commanders, how far are they gonna push in, that sort of thing, or are they just gonna ignore it entirely? We will just have to see and what happens in the whatnot. We do see Master of Seasons at 6 minutes already has a T2 Naval Headquarters online. So really just going straight for tech. I don't think I see anybody else on Team 1 that has T2 done. Team 2, we do have a similar situation for Rekather. He's going for destroyers immediately, trying to put Team 1 on the defensive eastern side. Nothing really happening for Team 2 in tech as of yet. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the Navy. So 6 out of the 7 for Team 2 are in Navy. Team 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. May have 5 coming in shortly for Team 1. So 5, 6 actually over here in the east. So the only players on Team 1 and Team 2 not in Navy are Hyper of Team 2 and Weeb of Team 1. Actually the same slot, which means, of course, they're going for air. And in the 7-player game, you really want 2 air players, but also in a Navy game, you essentially want everybody in Navy to have T2 air. So I expect to see 14 T2 air headquarters if, of course, everybody stays alive and whatnot throughout the game. We don't see T2 air done for Team 2 as of yet. Team 1, similar situation, of course, but they're working on it. We do see T2 has been started, so progressing to that as quickly as possible. We do see another T2 Naval Headquarters online for the Seraphim player of Hooligan. And nothing really else online. So Team 1 on the western side going full tech. Team 2, we only see the 1. T2 Land is online for Sandman. He's Seraphim. And Seraphim and Aeon are going to have a little bit of an advantage in the hover tech department. They have units at T1, T2, and T3, except I think the Absolvers are hover maybe for Aeons, but there's a lot of hover tech in the rosters for Aeon and Seraphim commanders, factions rather than the UEF and the Cyberns. So we'll see who ends up doing any pseudo Navy maneuvers, which again, 14-player game, somebody's going to do something like that because it is a strategy that does work from time to time. We do see a little bit of movement outbound from Team 2's Johnny. He's going for a distance build to grab the upper plateau in the middle of the map, trying to secure that. A little bit of reclaim and secure the quad max that's in the middle of that ocean. Again, it's not going to be there for long. Might as well try to scoop it up as fast as possible and for as long as possible. We do see on the eastern side a little bit of defensive operations happening. We have T2 not started yet. Just going for a couple of torp launches and a sonar just to protect that eastern front for laser. T3 started on board Weeb's commander, so he's going for tech on board his commander, so he doesn't have to build T2, T3 land facilities and just can focus on going for that T3 upgrade whenever he decides to choose to do so, because he's going for a transport now, so we'll see what he ends up doing with that. We have a couple of bombers on the western side for Rekather, which makes me think he might go for T2 air shortly, maybe, and no other tech online besides, of course, Hyper, who's going for air, which we already know about. T2 Navy in the middle for Johnny. And we have T2 Navy done for Blarg. So not a lot of spam in the frigate or subs for Team 2, at least on the western half. Eastern half, we do see a little bit of that from Danke. We see a little bit of that from Renegan. I think I'm saying the name right. In the middle, but there's just a couple of subs protecting this little avenue straight down the middle. T2 also online for him. He's going for those, I think it's Exodus class destroyers is what they're called. I don't remember the Aeons more than I remember anything else. We do see T2 Navy done in the east for Dusky. And no T2 Navy as of yet in the east for Mangus, but I would assume soon. And T2 Navy almost done for Unmaker in the middles. He also has T2 Air, so maybe a secondary air player. But again, being it a Navy match, I expect everybody to have T2 Air at least, because pretty much everybody else in the game is going for some sort of naval deployment. We have a nice little Exodus class destroyer, that is what it's called, versus a Salem. Just shooting some pod shots at one another over there. There are a couple of Team 1 subs nearby for support from Blarg. And he's not pumping anything out of that T2 facility yet. Looks like he's just actually going for engineers first to get his power situated. Don't like how close it is to the water, but in terms of distance, you have to walk or hover those engineers all the way across the map, trundle those engineers across the map. And that takes time, and you really need that power sooner rather than later, so I get that. Transport inbound from Team 1's Weeb. He's going to drop it on the front door of Husky, but Hyper 2001. Don't know why I thought Husky. Oh, because of Husky and H and maybe. Anyway, Transport is now halfway there. Team 2, do you have any idea? No radar signatures anywhere near the comm. And that Transport will drop. I don't know if he's going to be prepared for that. T3 Air is done for him, though. And he's going for T3 P-Gens just to, again, get that air online. Transport makes it to the shoreline and goes, oh, I can make it a little bit further. This should work. And Spy Plane will scout right before that comm drops. But it's not going to matter. Comm has been dropped. T2 Mex is going down. And T2 PD being immediately built to try to secure a position very, very deep in Team 2's territory. We do see T2 PD being built incredibly fast, and this will probably out DPS those PD from Team 1. We do see some interceptors going after the Transport, making sure that Weeb cannot escape. Second PD emplacement is done, but again, there is a little bit of AoE from the Oblivion T2 PD shot, so he kills off 2 of them, and I don't think this is really going to work for Weeb. He went after an Aeon. Maybe if he went after another Cybran or maybe Seraphim or even a Triad, those UEF, that might have been different, but I don't think this is going to work out for Weeb. He's spending a lot of mass, a lot of time and attention on this. Again, the Transport is dead. He's going to reclaim a little bit, but there's no way out of here. T2 Flak being built, and the PD are in range of Weeb's commander, so not looking good. I'm going to just look at other stuff. A little bit of build-up. There is pushing in from Team 2 in the middle here, and a little bit of pushback from Team 1, but nothing too crazy for now. We'll go back to the comm of Weeb. Weeb dropping into the yellow. He needs to either get into the water or do something. If he goes north, he'll die. There's going to be a lot of distance to travel just to get to the water. He does get a shield online. He does have some Team 1 AA trying to be built as quickly as possible to deal with whatever's flying above him, but I love the attempt from Weeb, but just could not make it happen in terms of the aggressiveness of the dropping his comm off in front of Hyper 2001's base. We do see some Corsairs inbound from Mangus, but I think it's not going to make a difference here. Weeb is going to die. It's just only a matter of how much time left on this planet does he have. 12,600, 500. Gets a shield, but doesn't matter. It is gone. Weeb is defeated by Hyper in 2001, assisted by his teammates from, I think we saw some from Laser and some from, I think, Johnny Jr. Yeah, Johnny Jr. came to assist as well. So that is a kill for Team 2, dropping the game to a 7v6. But again, Team 1 does get, or somebody on Team 1 gets another base. Looks like Master of Seasons is going to transfer that over to Dusky. Definitely makes sense because he's right next to it. So he's going to be essentially doing an air and maybe build. Maybe he does have a T2 air facility of his own. And it is at 82% for T3, so we might as well just finish that off. Yeah, would have worked, but T2 Cybrans are the word. Yep, that's the unfortunate thing. I do think because he went after the Aeon specifically, again, that AoE really did him in because of how close those PD were. So it's just the worst matchup in terms of that regard. Maybe if he went after somebody else, it would have been better. But again, like it was, I think, stated in the comments, it was a high-risk, high-reward move. It's just didn't work out in this game, which, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. But I do love the boldness. I love I'm just going to send my comment and see what happens. So, and it's early enough in the game where Team 1 can recover. So there is that later on that probably wouldn't have worked. Actually, definitely wouldn't have worked, but, you know, it happens from time to time. Just things don't work out. But to be fair, Team 1 is making some progress against Rekkathur. We see Master of Seasons with, again, he had a little bit of second base eco, but nothing too long. Destroyer about to pop online. That might be enough to drive away this dual destroyer push from Team 1. There is a cruiser inbound, but this western side not looking good. We even see inbound forces from Hooligan, and they're wiping the entire western side off of the map. Team 2 not looking good, but again, Team 2 did make a strike right down the middle. It's inbound from Johnny Jr. The T2 Naval Headquarters is the target. A couple of Jesters inbound to assist, and a Team 1 bomber just to drive the point home. There are a couple of destroyers remaining. I don't know if they'll claim the headquarters or not. And even if they do, we have forces in the east and the west that can cover. So I don't know if it's really going to work. We do see another force inbound from Team 2's Danky. This is actually going to pull the forces away from the defense, and it looks like the remaining forces from Team 2 have been dealt with, or they're falling back. So we see that Renegan will keep his facility. T2 Navy still online for now. T3 Navy online for Blarg. That is nuts. He's going for the destroyers sooner rather than later. We will probably see a battleship probably at about 20 minutes. We have torp bombers hovering around. Don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something, I would assume. And I would assume ASFs are in full swing. Soon air grid can be spammed up immediately after the, of course, success of the defense against Weeb. Torpedo being built on Rekkathur's commander just to assist with some DPS. His facility will probably go down here. There's 3 soon to be... No, that's not a 4th one, but there are 3 already here. And that T2 Naval Headquarters will go down. He might as well just spend that energy and power and mass and the whatnot just defending with his commander, or just trying to get the upgrade online sooner. The facility, it's coming back just barely. The destroyers actually move out of range, which is not great. The torpedo on board the comm is being, defended against a little bit, but some shots do make it through the defense. The headquarters does get another Salem online, so a little bit more firepower. Another destroyer is inbound, and we see that one now, at least the remaining forces from Sandman coming in to assist just a little bit. And the destroyers do just get distracted for a tiny smidgen of time, maybe buying Rekkathur moments. He is dropping into the yellow. Again, that torpedo upgrade on board Cybern Commanders in terms of Navy is not the best. It's nice, but it's not the best thing on the planet. He really needs to couple that with Nano. He needs to couple that with maybe a Bulwark or 2 or 30 just to protect that commander. But a T3 Naval Headquarters before 20 minutes, if a battleship does get built, which it doesn't look like it's going to get built now, but that might be enough range to push back the entirety of Team 1's offensive on that western side. Rekkathur, again, not looking too hot, still being hit by the torpedoes from the destroyers. Talking so fast, my tongue just doesn't want to work. And he's getting more Salems. He's really trying to pump out something, and we do see a fleet starting to emerge and push back Team 1. The attack down the middle didn't work, but all of that focus is being sent westward. That does leave Team 2 open in the middle. And we do see in the east the attack just did not work for Danky, and now he's on the defensive. We have another inbound attack. T2 Navy is online for Laser of Death. And I just don't know if Team 2 has enough on this eastern side now. It's really flip-flopping. Team 1 has an advantage in the west. Team 1 has an advantage in the east, and it's just constantly back and forth. We see a couple of Barracuda sub-killers, not sub-hunters, because they have to be named differently. But there is that. It's just the numbers are going to favor Team 1 in this engagement. There are a couple of torp launchers, but they're Team 1, so they don't really have the range. Torpedoes inbound going for, I would hope, the cruisers, just to eliminate the AA threat first. Looks like some of them went for the the destroyers. That cruiser is almost gone. More torp bombers now inbound for Team 1. And no battleships yet, just still pumping out destroyers. Again, a little bit more engineering power from the T3 Naval Headquarters to be able to help with that, of course, production of destroyers. I feel like a battleship might be worth it now. Team 2 getting a little bit more semblance of a front line over here. We do see stealth started on Rekkathur's comm. Of course, that's going to be preceded by the Nano that he desperately wants to keep his comm alive. He is in the yellow. He definitely wants to keep his comm alive, of course, because everybody wants to keep their comm alive. We do see the forces from Team 1's Mengus getting into range of the torp launchers. That's never fun, but the T2 Naval Headquarters for Laser is almost gone, thanks to the, destroyers and the torpedo bombers from Mangus, and now it is gone. We do see some interceptors inbound dealing with some of those bombers. Bombers aren't going to help against any land targets, but they're going to thin out whatever defenses remain. A couple of destroyers are here from Team 2's Danky, but I think it's not enough for now. We do see T2 Air online for him. He's going for his own Torp bombers. And not a lot of T3 ASFs as of yet. RAS being built on Hyper 2001's comm. Not really a lot of upgrades. Of course, it is a Navy game. Players don't really build a lot of upgrades on board their comms because it's Navy, because you don't see the real comm-on-comm action as you do really early in, mainly land maps. No T3 Navy. T3 Air should be done. Yes, it is. And no T3 Navy as of yet from any. But T3 Navy is almost done. So there's that, but it's not done yet. And that is going to be it in terms of the tech. T2. No, it's still T2. No battleship yet. He's probably waiting for more pigeons, I would suppose. He really wanted to get a defense online first, which is a smart play. But I do want to see a battleship out of that sooner rather than later, because that might determine the game. And because he's Seraphim, the battleships have nukes on board, or can be built on board. So naval nuke is possible for Team 2 now. ARAS now being built on Hyper just to scale that eco more and more. Fleet inbound from Team 1's Dusky down the more eastern side of the middle here. And not really going to go very well. Looks like a couple of ASFs guarding the destroyer's facility dead there, but there really wasn't much there to begin with anyway. And it looks like the facilities here for Team 2 were wiped out earlier. But again, the middle is kind of just a wash. There's really going to not be a whole lot there. Maybe some artillery would be nice up here, but I don't think there'll be much up there, honestly, throughout maybe most of the match. I could be proven wrong. The caster is wrong a lot of times. So there is that. I'm referring to myself in the third person, which is definitely weird, especially if I would watch the cast after the fact. So I'm watching myself talk to myself in third person, which is really weird. It's almost like an Inception something. Anyway, T3 started on board. Hyper's comm. He does have an Omni sensor online. Team 1 doesn't have one that I can see as of yet. But the middle of the map, that might be a good place to put an Omni, just to have something there. But cruiser missile spam is online in the western side for Team 1. We see the Ithalua, depending on how you pronounce the A, or just T2 cruiser. T2 cruiser online for Team 1, not online for Team 2. And those Salem's are being punched in the top of the head by those missiles, and really just giving them what for. Need some cruisers in this mix to deal with the missiles from Team 1. We do see some Exodus class now inbound from Renegan. He's actually using this little environment down here to get those units through, not down the middle, but a little bit more westward. We do see a fleet over here from Blarg, actually. It looks like he got some UEF tech handed over. He doesn't have his own, so it had to have been handed over by Team 2's only UEF player, and the only UEF player in the game for Danky Kang. And there's going to be, I think, more of a build-up on this western side for Team 2 here shortly. Battleship not started yet, but still pumping out the destroyers. Again, a unique feature of the destroyers for the Seraphim is they can submerge. Their laser weapons, of course, are deactivated, but they can survive a little bit longer, at least, in more longer engagements. Eastern side, I see more cruisers online for Dusky, and that's not really going to help Team 2. There's not a lot of TMD. There is some, but you can eventually overwhelm them. We do see some Torp bombers stacking up for Team 2 back here. No T3 air, but again, he's just focused on Navy and bomber production, so that definitely makes sense. No T3 air outbound from anybody else from Team 2. Not a lot of hover yet, besides engineers, which I don't count because they're engineers. And Team 1, any sort of other avenues. T3 air also online here. Looks like it's just an engineer producing facility. So that's really all that is. And nothing really else in air. Except up here, a secondary air player online for Unmaker. So he has that going for him. He might be able to push back Team 2 in air a little bit. T3 Navy is online, and the Omens are almost done for Master of Seasons. I think that's the first one of the game in terms of battleships that's going to be built. We have just bombers raining in constantly. We have Blarg's forces that pushed in and got absolutely beat back by all of the Team 1 frigates, the Team 1 subs, the T2 destroyers, the T2 cruisers, the T2 everything over there. One shield boat does survive. I think there were two of them there. There were two of them there, but the shields are now down. And there's just a huge back and forth over there. We do see the fleet from Team 1's Dusky is in the main facility for Danke. He has no other facility. It's just this one. And it looks like they might be driven off by those bombers from Hyper 2001. But more facilities are being wiped out, which means less production for Team 2 overall. ASFs are inbound. Team 2 does not have the numbers. And that's partially driven by the fact that Dusky has double base in terms of eco. He's at almost 600, while Hyper's only at 440. So that amount of eco is really proving the point that Team 2 just does not have enough in the air as of yet. T2 trying to be holding on to 2,000 hit points, and a lot of emphasis on trying to keep that thing alive. We do see destroyers inbound from Junior just saying, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. They're targeting the cruisers. Definitely a smart play there. You take out the aircraft, the AA, not the aircraft, and that allows the aircraft to push in. But on the eastern side, another attack kills off the T2 naval headquarters once again for Laser. And this is just not going on. It looks like it's actually mainly cruisers, because the cruisers, again, they have their own weapon systems on board. But not only that, their AA weapons can target ground or naval units. The accuracy is not great, but it's better than nothing. And more lead down range is better than less lead down range any day of the week. 25 minutes on the clock. Team 1 and Team 2, they were about the same amount of eco. It's 1.7 and 1.6. A little bit in favor of Team 1, of course, but it was about even moments ago. Team 2 and Team 1 in terms of map control, definitely favoring Team 1. We have a couple of battleships now online, one in the middle for Renegade. I think there was one over here to the west. Yep, there it is for... What is that? That is Master of Season. He has a second one online. So it is keeping map control in favor of Team 1 for now. But that is not the end-all, be-all. Same with the eco. We've seen plenty of games where having the most amount of mass per second doesn't end up actually winning you the game. Sometimes it does. It all depends on tactics, which is one of the reasons I love this game so much. You could be down and out, and one telemaser, one telebilly, one something can win the game and make all the difference. Rekethur has Omni online just to protect his commander. He is pushing in. He has to be careful. There's a lot of subs. There's a lot of destroyers. There's battleships. These ones don't have torpedoes. The Cybran ones do, I believe. I think the Seraphim ones do as well. It's at least the Cybrans ones for sure, but there's a lot of torpedo-capable ships over on the western side, and he will be just eviscerated. Also, of course, all of the torpedo bombers that are just always flying around at some point. But this eastern side for Team 2 not looking too good, so take that into calculations as you submit down below in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game at 26, almost 27 minutes on the clock. Thank you so much for watching. To this point in the video, it's about the midpoint or so, so let me know down in the comments. Again, who you think is going to win, how you think I can improve my casting style, all that sort of thing. I really do appreciate any and all criticism. It helps me reevaluate and be like, do better, do better. Don't get complacent, do better. That's what I tell myself, do better. So again, I really appreciate all of the ideas and all of the everything. It really does make a difference, and it's done a great job of improving the videos overall. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, again, you've already watched like, what, 27 minutes? Might as well sub. And if you have, I appreciate it. And if you haven't already, now after saying that you should, you still should. But if you don't, that's also fine. I can't force you, because I can't do that, because I don't have the ability to do that anyway. Even though I don't want to do that anyways. But you know, we do see in the west here, Yassau is just holding positions. T3 sub hunters online, and there's a lot of them. Ooh, that's again, they are weak in terms of hit points, only 4,000 versus, of course, the Omens at 48,000. But they put out a lot of DPS, and they have AA if you want to emerge them from the water. Most of the time you really don't. And Torp defense as well, so they are deadly units. Again, can be overwhelmed as any other unit on the map and any unit in the game, but that is going to be a little bit concerned for Team 1. Torpedo coming online here for Johnny Jr., probably for defense, and a nuke out of Hyper 2001. I probably should have known that. I think the last game I casted him, or maybe it was the cast before, he had like 5 nukes. So there's that, and it's outbound for the air grid, or at least a portion of it. It's been decentralized, which I love, because you don't just get one just big bomb to kill everything off, or one cascade to kill everything off. It takes a little bit more than that, but that will land. There is no SMD online for Team 1. at least on this eastern half that I can see. Western, nothing. So maybe another free nuke is inbound for Team 2. And that is going to land. The eastern side is being pummeled heavily, so they definitely need that assistance. And here comes the nuke. T3 air raid quarters. Looks like it's going to be fine, but a portion of the air grid and the eco is going to go down. Kaboom! Kills off the core mass and kills off almost that entire section. Sunk your battleship, says Johnny Jr. Don't know what's in reference to that. Oh, it's Omen. And the second one is about to go down. And the third one just being littered to death by all of those Salems. The Witchers are getting their revenge in the middle of the map. We do have, again, Wekather still here. Still hanging out. A little bit dangerous to still be there, but still. Oh, and I will note, of course, that we've had only one death in the game. That was Weeb very early on at about 12 or 13 minutes. And nobody else has died, almost approaching the 30-minute mark. So if it wasn't for that, everybody would have made it to 30 minutes pretty much. So that's lovely to see. I love it when games have everybody make it longer and longer and longer. It also doesn't have that trend of, okay, one person gets like 4 bases and then they steamroll everybody else kind of thing. That makes it more, you know, they have to work together instead of, I have all of the decision-making power because I have all of the eco kind of thing. Eastern side, not still looking good. We have an SACU up here really just trying to build that T3 mechs, but I don't think it's going to happen. And Team 2 is going to lose out on that 11 or 12 or 13 mass a second that SACU produces. Second nuke is half loaded, killed off 56,000 mass so far. Definitely paid for itself. We do see those Yassaus are just hanging out, spamming up torpedoes, and Team 1's fleet is slowly being diminished. It's mainly T1, T2. So those Yassaus really just punch through very quickly and eat away all the hit points. There is a Hathum in here, and there are a couple more battleships and now an aircraft carrier, so there's definitely some firepower here, at least in long range. And these don't have torps, so it looks like it's only the Cybrid ones that have torpedoes on board their battleships. And now the UEF facility is down, and this eastern front is moving westward. Not looking good for Team 2 on the Navy side of things. And they're holding back on the west, and they're really hurting on the east. Team 1 putting a lot of effort down this, and it also allows for spy planes, for bombers, for anything else to come along the eastern edge, because there's nothing on this upper plateau now. And Team 2 needs to get some AA defenses online sooner rather than later. Oh, look, a second nuke is online. It's almost like I've casted this player before, and I said he built 5 nukes, that other game or whatever it is. So that is going to be, I think, his tried and true method for now. Maybe he'll build a super nuke. Maybe he'll just stick with the regular ones. But Team 1's going to know about it. And Unmaker says he has a crap ton of T3 subs, and they are inbound to the east. And they're going to eat all of those T2 units for lunch. We do see a couple of Galaxies online for Team 1 now. Yes, they do have torpedoes. No torp defense, though, which makes me think maybe the Summits have torp defense. T4 naval unit coming online here shortly from Team 2. And looks like it's going to be built. It's an Aeon, of course. Looks like the engineers are going for that. Hyper's going to help in Navy. So 7 players in Navy, technically, if you count Hyper. But I don't know if I count that or not. Just 1 experimental. Maybe if it builds 5, maybe I'll count that maybe. Team 1, lots of T3 battleships and other units coming online. SMDs coming online as well everywhere. Team 1, SMD is loaded, so that's protected there. That's not protected. Still, that's almost protected. SMD is not loaded, and Nuke is outbound for something, of course. It's always outbound for something. It's going for the facility, knocking out a ton of production for Hooligan. He has a lot of Team 1. He has a couple of T2s here, but his main facility is over here. So he's just going to be regulated to battleships or, again, whatever else he wants to build there. Team 2 are getting pushed back over here. We do see bricks now emerging from Team 2's Rekather. Again, they have not only torpedoes, they also have torp defense. So those things are, again, nasty in the water as well on land. I feel like half of the units almost for Cybrins have torpedoes. Either it's, you know, the air units with the torpedo bombers, the comm, Galaxies and all of that, but kaboom in the north as that lifts off. Torpedo capable units for the Cyberin faction. Cloaking started here for Rekather just to make sure he's protected, at least outside of Omni range in that regard. And the fleet is holding. We do see 2 Galaxies now versus the 1. Those Yassaus are inbound. Are they being ground fired by Team 1? Can you see those? You can see the radar signatures or the sonar signatures. So it looks like they maybe were ground firing at stuff. We do see a couple of Yenzi now online for Sandman, so now we're seeing some hover tech from Team 2. I was kind of surprised it took this long to really get more hover tech online, but again, Team 2 is kind of being bogged down in Navy. They need something to push back. We do see those subs now over here. There's 2 detachment of subs over here to the east and in the west, and Borg is just pumping Yassau's out. Just can't stop, won't stop. Just constantly building those things. And eventually, Team 1's just going to have to throw everything in the kitchen sink and maybe even the bathroom sink or something at this. There is a Tempest over here to the west as well. So a large group of units for Team 1 stacking up right here. I feel like a nuke would nice right about there. Kill off a ton of firepower because they're all just sitting there hanging out. Nuke is not reloaded yet. It's half loaded here. It's almost loaded here. Like I said, I feel like a nuke might be very, very useful. There is a already primed nuke going over to this position just to slow down the advance of Team 1 on the eastern front. T3 Air online over here as well, just to again help out with either ASF or bombers, whether those be Team 1s, T2s, or T3s. But we have counter Yassau's online for Team 1's Dusky now, and that might be enough to drive back Team 2. Looks like the remaining Yassau's have been dealt with. And Johnny Jr. with the upgrade on board, trying to help out the best he can. But like I stated earlier, the torpedoes, they don't do a lot of damage, at least later on, and it's not going to go well. Team 2 suffers their first loss of the game. 34 minutes on the clock. Now a 6v6 in his base will probably be gifted over to Blarg, I would assume, because he's right there. T3 Cybern headquarters is now gone. And Hyper almost... Oh, wow. He's building that incredibly quickly. Oh, dang. Look at those. Hundreds and thousands of hit points going up by the seconds. That's not sped up. That is like just regular, normal sim speed. Nuke outbound from Team 2. There it is. We knew where it was going. There is no nearby SMD, which means it will land. T3 Naval Headquarters will be knocked out, and T3 Naval Tech will be denied. We do see an Atlantis. Now the other naval unit has made its appearance in terms of experimental tech online, and I am surprised that Rekethur not going the Cybern, either Monkey Lord, most likely Crab route. Those things have so many hit points. They're so annoying to deal with in Navy because they're just... Here's a bullet sponge, or a torpedo sponge in that regard. Ah, YOLO, okay, says Mangus. YOLO for Team 1, question mark, somewhere? We'll see where they're building that at some point. Here comes the nuke. Kaboom! Wipes out the hives. That's actually really good because it prevents fast construction of the facility. And there's really no engineers here, so it's going to be a minute before Mangus has T3 Naval Tech online. Does have some engineers over here building AA. Love to see that. And look, there's... Oh, hello. 35 minutes on the clock. YOLO is over half done. Not even started. It's over half done, which means he probably started at about 30 minutes. Love to see him trying to find a way to end the game, not necessarily just to survive it. Nuke is outbound to the west, but Team 1's fleet is moving, and with all this firepower heading southward, don't think it's going to be great. Tempest construction spam is just in full swing for Team 2's Hyper. Look at that. He has 2 nukes. He already has 2 Tempests, and he's building a third one fast. Here comes the nuke. Did he time it right? Oh, that's not terrible. He's going to hit at least maybe 2 or 3 of those battleships. Actually clips 2 of them. Kaboom! Doesn't really weaken anything else, but he does kick out a lot of the support AA as well. What happened to my naval base, says Mangus. Well, he got nuked. Yep. Let's say a nuke happened, and that's never fun. Team 2 not really focusing a lot on ASF production. Team 1 Dusky sitting at 126. These are Team 1s, so those don't count. And Team 2 sitting at... Actually, no, scratch that. Looks like a lot less. It's 190. So he has air control, pretty much air dominance, but not really using air. It's just more of a deterrent. We do see an Otham just made landfall over here, going after a couple of mexes. Doesn't look like it made it very far, but, you know, it did something. It killed off a couple of mass income for that T3 mechs. And that YOLO is... Wow, it's going to be before 30 minutes. Actually, before maybe 38 minutes. Dang. And that's that double eco. 700 plus mass income. He still has, of course, his air facility. He did pump out a lot of engineers for reclaim. And that is going to finish soon. Team 2, do you have any idea? They will see the actual symbol. There it is. It's done. 37 minutes and the YOLO is done. Sandman cancels the ARAS. Looks like he has to move. He's being shot at by some galaxies. Looks like the Tempest might be shooting at him, and the Omen as well. T3 Navy is down on the western side for Team 2. We have Yassas coming in from behind and ripping apart that Tempest. Tempest does have torp defense, but again, 1,000 of anything kill anything, so eventually you will chew through the everything, the defenses, the hit points, the everything. Couple of Atlantis online. That is the one downside to the Atlantis, of course, is it has no torp defense on board, but it does double as an aircraft carrier, so there is that. But YOLO is online. I would assume Hyper is going to be the first target of the YOLO. At least that's what I would surmise. He only has one SMD. Once the first YOLO is launched, up there it is. Immediately. Didn't even have to think about it. Being like, yeah, he's the first target. Going to get some revenge for the fallen teammate of Weeb. We have Tempest moving in from him as well. Probably transfer those control over to maybe Blarg or Sandman maybe. Just to deal with that. There. Oh, look. There's a Megalith. Hey, look at casting 600, almost 700 games kind of does something to you. He's like, hey, you should probably go for that. Oh, look. He heard me through the ether. He's doing that. Team 2, they might go for Scathis. They have 3 Cybrans. Actually, technically 2 Cybrans if you don't count Giant Jr.'s death. And the YOLO will be shot down, of course. And if Team 2 is paying attention, if it took 2 SMDs to shoot it down, they'll assume. And if they just look, they've already spotted it.
Strategic launch.
That's why I like the change in icons, because it makes it very identifiable. That is a YOLO. That is an SMD. That is a T3 Naval Headquarters. It makes it very eye-catching. And Nuke's outbound from Team 2. SMDs are not loaded in time. There's only one. He knows the count. Team 2 has an SMD over here, but I don't think it's in range. No, look at that. It's going to barely just go on the side there. And Nuke is outbound from Team 2. The SMD is loaded, and pings are going down saying, go after this thing right here. And we have Yassas pushing in on the western front. There's a lot of those things. Here comes the YOLO. It's going to land. Will it clip the new? It'll clip that one. I don't know if it'll clip that one. It might be wide enough. We'll see. Kaboom! There goes. Some bombers flying overhead. The T3 air headquarters is down. The nuke is down. This nuke survives. And the SMD survives. So consolation prize there. But that base is gone. It is no longer there. Sandman starts a teleporter. Laser starts a teleporter. Nuke going for him. He has a second SMD almost done. And Nuke outbound again. Thought I heard 2 nukes call outs, but it looks like it was just the one. Actually, no, there is a second one. Never mind. A regular Apocalypse nuke launcher online for Renegan. And it's going for this position I thought I saw. Looks like Sandman is rooted to the spot, so that's not going to feel good. That SMD needs to load immediately. That one might still be... looks like Team 1's Dusky did a very good job of scouting. Looks like it might clip barely. Oh, first one does fire. The second one will be enough. Oh, and a third one fires as well. Oh, that's unfortunate. And Nuke lands right here at the T3 Naval Headquarters for Sandman. Kaboom. Another Nuke is launching. Well, it's been a couple of games since I really just lost my voice to yelling Kaboom a lot. So, I mean, it's good because I like saying Kaboom because it's fun, it's entertaining. But, man, does it make you tired after saying Kaboom after 30 times. I don't talk very much the rest of the day. Because of yelling kabooms every, couple of minutes. 40 minutes on the clock. We have another about 10, 15 minutes, I think. YOLO finally spotted by Team 2. I feel like it just has it has a little text message there. Team 2, do you have a plan for that at all? You have a nuke, but you have another nuke, but it's not going to last long. It's going to go right after Danky Kang, the only UEF player in the game, and I don't think he's going to get any Mavors built this game. That's going to hurt. Kaboom! There he is. Death by explosion does not count as a control. Okay, that is a kill for Dusky. He died, of course, by the volatile explosion of the P-Gens. But, of course, I count it nonetheless. Another YOLO right after the other, and that's going to land on this base. Laser, do you have teleporter? Yes. You have laser? Yes. Do you go for it or not? Because you got maybe 30 seconds or so before you are going to die if you don't move. Team 2 is losing tons of eco. We have 2.6 to 2.1. I don't see any big ticket items as of yet. Yeah, I don't see anything. Here comes the YOLO. It's to the right. Laser getting on a transport. Will he get out of there? He's on the transport. You got to move. Transport getting out of there just in time. I don't know why you went west and then, or north and then south. Whatever. Oh, the nuke might survive. The nuke will survive, and it's half loaded. That's something, but kaboom. That's number 3 base eliminated by the YOLO. Let's take a look at the mass killed off count. Currently sitting at 368. Oh, nah, that's so much mass. Sitting at 1 star vet. We're going to get the 2nd star vet. Going to fire another volley. I would assume it's going for, I mean, just go, might as well go east to west at this point. Target Rekather's base here. There's really nothing here to defend that. There is an SMD here. It's not loaded. There is an SMD over here. It's not loaded. And there's an SMD over here. It is loaded. So there are bases that can possibly defend, but 3 players knocked out, 1 dead. Not looking good for Team 2. But I will note that Team 2 doing a very good job of pushing him with just the incredible amount of gas outs. That is the downside with all of the focus on the YOLO, specifically from Dusky, is that there's a huge hole opened in the land, in this case, naval defenses from Team 1. We have columns of bricks inbound. That's not going to be enough. We have bricks inbound to go after, looks like the SMDs. They kill off the SMD. I will note there isn't a second SMD here, which means a nuke can kill a super nuke if it lands there. And Team 2 has Hyper 2001's nuke. It is loaded. It's going to fire immediately. Ooh, you might want to wait a couple seconds to confirm that the SMD will go down. We have bricks inbound. PGen explodes. Nuke gets fired anyways. Oh, it's unfortunate. I wish he waited just a couple more moments, because maybe the bricks would be enough to wipe it out. The shields are they being assisted? Looks like they're being assisted, but it's kind of hard because all the engineers are focusing on that. I don't think they are, but the bricks are being dealt with, so it's not going to matter. Nuke is going to get shot down. There it is. The SMD is not going to die in time. This nuke is 3/4 the way loaded. Maybe transfer that over to somebody else and have them build that. Transport, again, the laser, you know, Telemaser comm is online. He's going for Mangus's position. Here comes the nuke. It will get shot down. There's another YOLO inbound, and Sandman is defeated by Dusky from the YOLO. Apologies for missing that, but kaboom! Yeah, that's. I mean, we know what killed him. So, I mean, I don't know. I might put the pip, but I might not, just for that one. There just wasn't enough SMD coverage. Is Team 2 doing anything about this YOLO? It's just going to be a runaway game at this point. Yasa is sitting in the pond here. The bombers just can't get anywhere nearby. And the SMD is just waiting to be shot at. We do have Tempest inbound. You might, yeah, send the Tempest east. Go after that. I can't even talk. Go after the YOLO, because the YOLO is in range of the Tempest, most definitely. I feel like those things could have gone there a lot sooner. This is the range. They can most definitely hit that thing. I mean, a destroyer, maybe even a frigate could shoot that thing from that range. Another nuke outbound. It's going to be the regular nuke. It's going to kill off all the Yasaos, and Blarg immediately knows it. Not a lot of travel time involved, so not a lot of those Yasaos are going to be able to make it out of there. It sounded like another nuke launch, another YOLO, and the Tempest should be out of range. Another explosion happened somewhere in the north. Rekather defeated by Unmaker. It looks like he telemasered in. And here comes the nuke. Doesn't kill anything off. That is another kill for Team 1, dropping this game to a 6v3 in favor of Team 1 by a 2-1 margin, which is a hefty amount to be ahead. And all those Tempests have to do is just click, and it's probably going to be it. The focus is on the YOLO loading. We do see some focus on the shields. But I don't know. That's a lot of firepower here. And I don't also know why they just don't send a Tempest to target this nuke. Just kind of just, you know, swim over there, shoot at it. We have some bricks inbound. That might do the job. But kill to the north. Control K, maybe? Yeah, Renegade Control K's. He didn't really have much remaining besides his base, and his nuke was about to go down anyways, possibly, maybe. So he just handed over that stuff to Unmaker, making it a 5v2. Still in favor of 3 in favor for Team 1. SMD still holding. Shield's still holding. These two are down. This one probably will not go down unless it has a lot of firepower rating on it. Another YOLO outbound. It's going for somebody's base. Don't know where it... Oh, it's going for this nuke. This nuke's not going to survive. So it might load in time to fire one more time. There is an SMD. It has one loaded. I don't think it is enough to, you know, load a second one in time. Engineers are fleeing. Looks like Hyper 2001's consolidating on the western front, protecting his facility, getting some RAS facilities, spammed up some SACU construction. We have transports inbound with a hefty amount of bricks. I don't know where they're going, and they're not going to go anywhere for the most part. Here comes the nuke. The nuke will launch. It loads in time. It will not get shot down, but at least he got one more nuke off. Oh, will it collide? No, it won't. And there goes the shot to this position. That SMD still alive. And I will go back to watch the explosion. Kaboom! 2 defense nukes. There was only 1. There wasn't 2. The SMD is still there, though. Another YOLO outbound once again. And 3 Tempests still can't take that thing down. Nuke is down in the middle. The shields are holding incredibly well. There goes the shot inbound. And it's just not enough damage per second. It looks like it almost depletes it. If all 3 of them fire one after the other, and they land simultaneously, that might be enough to drop the shield. But this one fires first, then these 2. And you can see the shield regens. It does 20,000 damage. It needs to go just a couple more shots from that. T1 bombers inbound. Those Tempests aren't going to live much longer. We see a Ythotha online. This base over here to the west is gone. We have Tempest being built over here by Master of Seasons. I've been focusing on the nukes. That's been the major thing. Kaboom! There goes another base. That's that other nuke that survived from Laser's base. Laser is still alive. Don't know where he teleported to. He took out this base to the northeast with his telemaser. I just don't know. Oh, there he is. He's over there. He's just hanging out. Killed off 40,000 mass. So, you know, did well for himself. Scathis. I don't know. If the Tempests are still online, which I don't think they will be, second Tempest is down. Yeah, if the Scathis was online now, maybe. We have Yasau's inbound to help with AA, but that third Tempest is not going to be built. Or not going to be built. It's not going to survive. It really isn't. So there's that. We have Yasau's down here. We have Yasau's over here to the west for Hooligan. And we have bricks inbound from Team 1's Bengus. It actually looks like one of them survived. All those transports wiped out but one. Another YOLO inbound from Team 1. Looks like it's going to go right here. It's going to wipe out a ton of Yasaus. The Yasaus fleeing, getting out of there. And all that flak just ripping apart all those bombers. Short distance YOLO. It might clip a couple of them. Won't clip all of them, of course. Might grab maybe a handful, maybe 4 or 5. None of them get hit. No kaboom for the YOLO. I think that's the first time that a YOLO just doesn't get a kaboom. Just because it's... if nothing dies from the nuke, it's no kaboom. It's the whole... Somebody made a comment about the fact the last time I did that was if a nuke doesn't kill anything up, doesn't make a sound. No, it doesn't make a sound because no one was there to die by it. YOLO outbound once again. The main bastion of Team 2 is right here. Tons of SMD. I don't like the fact that there's no shielding. Bombers could come in, blow up all of these PGens, and wipe out at least a third of those SMDs. Scathis, again, it is a game ender. I know, but the longer it takes to build that thing, the less impactful it is. And I think somebody's going to die here shortly. It's going right for him. Hyper, are you just going to accept your fate? You might just accept your fate. Oh, there's no. No, he's he's not living much longer. The pings go down. It's too late. Looks like Unmaker's making comments about where the comms are for Team 2. That's almost a headshot there. There it is. There's the hit right on the shield, actually. That's a direct impact. Kaboom! There's the kill for Team 1's Dusky. That's what? 1, 2. That's 2 kills plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases. He's launched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 YOLOs, at least on the land side of things. 8. So 9. Sorry, that's another base. Jeez, it's Blarg and Laser. So essentially Blarg remaining. Laser doesn't have much remaining. We have bricks inbound to the east 49 minutes on the clock. We have SMDs being launched. No bombers. I feel like it's such a missed opportunity for Team 1. Just wipe out some of these P-Gens, wipe out the SMDs. Blarg, I mean, he's not really doing great on power either, so it's really not looking good for him in that regard. Scathis is done. Nuke and we win, says Unmaker. Yeah, you nuke Blarg, and that's pretty much it. Transports will land troops. They will be shot down, of course, or at least blown up. They're actually already on the ground. And tons of spy planes. We have Omens inbound. All the Omens have to do is just move south, and that's it. Scathis is inbound, but again, it's not... I don't think it's going to make a difference at this point. Team 1 has the YOLO. They've had it online for a very long time. They've had it for 36 minutes. Not for 36 minutes. Since 37 minutes. So it's been online for 12-plus minutes now. And it's going for that. That base doesn't have anything. It's not a main base. It has an SMD and a chicken. And a T3 land headquarters. That's it. There's nothing. I mean, this would be a better target. This would be a better target. Another scath is coming online for Team 1. But it's just... I feel like Scathis was definitely the wrong play. Mavor, if they could go out and engineer out. Paragon, something. Here come the Omens. Some of the P-Gens go down because of all the Omens. There's no SMDs remaining. Actually, the SMDs were targeted first. And there goes the Scathis. That's game. 50 minutes on the clock. Team 1 wins it. Direct impact with the YOLO. Doesn't actually kill the Scathis initially. Now it's dead. And the base for Blarg, that's probably a control K from him. Maybe we'll see laser, telemaser. He does drop his comm somewhere. Up here to the north, there's a Monkey Lord. He's killed off. He kills off a section of the base with his death, though. And Blarg is... Yeah, that's the last room. Oh, he's going to get... Oh, I mean, that's a way to go. I mean, that's a good way to go, to be honest with you. Why do you have a Monkey Lord back there? Can I not get nice things? Blarg takes a hit, and he teleports out before he dies. No kill for you, is what he's saying. And Team 1 wins the game. 51-15. Love the palindrome there. Team 1 wins the game. I mean, the guy built the YOLO. The guy built lots of YOLO missiles, killed a bunch of stuff. I want to guess maybe 600. No, because he killed off a Scathis, so maybe 800,000 mass killed with the YOLO. Almost 1 million mass killed with that YOLO. 5-star vet. It had one in the or the clip with the silo or the magazine, whatever you want to call that thing. Probably silo. It's not in the ground, but it's the same kind of idea. That is a win for Team 1. Team 2, I mean, there's good things going. We had the nukes from Hyper. We had the Yasels running around. There was a possible kill. Kill on the YOLO. I forgot I think you do that with the right click in some games. It's just unfortunate that the Tempest for Team 2 weren't able to kill off the YOLO. I mean, all it would have taken is maybe a couple of bombers. It maybe would have taken just some coordination from the Tempest. If all three of them fired like they did, one after the other, and they landed before the engineers could, regen the shield, or at least start regenning the shield or assisting it, that would have been it. The YOLO would have been gone. Some of the bases would have been fine. Maybe different strategy with the Scathis, maybe build something else. But I think that was the pivotal moment. Once those Tempests were gone, I think that was game right there. So Dusky gets the MVP for me. Thanks so much for watching to the very end of the video, as always, if you haven't, because, again, why not? I mean, 50-something minutes in the replay, plus however long it takes for the end of the game, actually, because slow down a little bit and all that. So thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, because, again, why not? Because why not? Really do appreciate all the time and attention you give to the videos, regardless if you comment, subscribe, all those things, share. Thank you so much for watching at a bare minimum. I really, 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 really do appreciate it. And, of course, I'll see all of you in the next one.